Although our free Asperger's test is not a medical diagnosis,
It will be able to help you identify if your symptoms are big enough to impact your life and whether or not you should take the next steps, like getting a rifle and making some friends, reaching out and making some friends, having taken the test and receiving your test results. That part is that's the issue so far. That's the step one. Having taken the test, that part seems to be might be a problem here. And then receiving your results, we'll see if that's a problem. May choose to continue further action. That sounds legal. Either through your GP, are you with me? Or proceed with any of our full medial
diagnosis options.
I prefer having a predictable and structured environment. Yes, sorry. No, not technically, but you hinted at it. I prefer having a predictable and structured. Predictable and structured are two different things. Environment in my daily life. So you can have random and wild, random in a way that it is not structured. So an unorderly, chaotic environment, which could be fun. But however, it could be predictable because it's chaos. So you know what's going to happen. It's going to be whatever would be chaotic for you. So, that's easy. If it's structured, it might not be predictable, because, again, structure of chaos is chaotic. So while you can predict something chaotic, you can't tell what the chaos is going to be. Other than something to mess with you. So, I think I'm overqualified for this test. That or there needs to be a doctor in the room taking this test with people. That's why I said, do you have the little, everybody has a little robot person? Where's your little robot person? Come on, man, you guys need to get a little robot psychologist person here, or psychiatrist, or both. Have a little team of little robot people, you can do that. They got them AI, whatever you call them. The little Smeagol's, your little AI Smeagol's that do your bidding. Your little minions. Where's your AI minions? You guys don't have minions? Come on, man. How you have questions this horribly worded and you don't have minions? You need minions. Like Harold Melvin without the blue note. You'll never go platinum. Somewhat agree, sure. I should just somewhat agree all the rest of these. I have specific routines or rituals that I follow to feel more comfortable. It depends on what the thing is. You guys don't say what. How you gotta have question statements. This is not a question. This is a statement. It ends in a period. But then the what you're talking about is not even. It's not fully complete. This was the issue with the other test. Except they didn't even give me results. So, here we go with this. Here we go again. Yep. They don't know. Did it. 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 Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. Someone agree, sure. I'm highly focused on my own thoughts and ideas. No, not at all. No, no, no. What do you mean highly focused? When? What? I'm just saying that to get rid of that question. I have a strong preference for order and organization. Organization? Okay, so in my surroundings. This is the AI, the age of AI, correct? Like, when you type things, can't you just right click and, like spell check? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know how to spell. Maybe it's me. I have a strong preference for order and organization in my surroundings. It depends. It depends. Your answers are not good. Your answers are not good answers for the questions that you're having that you want results for. I find it difficult to understand and express my emotions effectively. To idiots, yes. To people who get it, no. To people who overcomplicate things, somewhat. Because it's no, but then it becomes yes. I don't understand this question. I find it difficult to understand and express. And not always to express. Whatever.
I have a tendency to hyperfocus on specific tasks and activities.
We'll call it borderline. I hear you, Mr. Cat, trying to claw your way in. Oh, you can't get in. I blocked you out. Good. Good. That was the plan. I have a tendency to hyperfocus on specific tasks or activities. I have a tendency to hyperfocus on specific tasks or activities. Like building a body for Robot.
What is this here? What the heck? What happened? This did some crap. Stop doing crap, computer. What is that? I didn't press on that. Why are you doing that? What are you doing, computer? Stop doing stuff.
I have a tendency to hyperfocus on specific tasks or activities. Somewhat agree. I guess somewhat agree because you gotta, focus on what you're doing, the specific tasks or activities at hand. Why does this keep rolling down there to the bottom of the screen? This is annoying. Don't destroy anything. Don't destroy anything. Don't destroy anything. What is touching something on this computer? Is there anything touching the keyboard? No. Is there anything over there on the other keyboard? On the actual laptop? Maybe it's just deciding to work now. I don't know. Next. I don't even remember what that question was, and I don't care. I prefer communicating in written form rather than verbally. It depends on what. For what? It depends on what. And what do you mean in written form? What type of written form? What type of written form do you mean? If it's email, no. If it's text, maybe. Is it passing notes? That could be fun. Time consuming and like a waste of paper. But, it depends. If you're passing notes via text, then that would be the same as texting. Somewhat agree. Depends on what is happening. Is this thing just keep going back down? What is this? How come I have a heightened sensitivity to certain tastes, textures, or smells? Example. Thank you for another example. You need to just do that consistently, you jerk. Example, you don't enjoy sour or spicy foods. What do you mean? You don't enjoy sour or spicy foods? You gotta have one or the other. Yes, I know you could just have bland foods, but then you're not eating food. You're just eating crap. So, whatever. Heightened sensitivity to certain tastes, textures, or smells. It depends on what the thing. Find it challenging to initiate or maintain friendships or relationships. To initiate or maintain. Again. Mr. Cat is really trying. Try your best. I hear you, Cat. That's sad. You need a hobby, Cat. You need a hobby. Find it challenging to initiate or maintain friendships or relationships. To initiate friendships or relationships. Anyone ever just walk up to people. Hi, do you want to be friends? How do you want to get punched in the face? I never really initiate friendships. It's more like you see people and you're like, oh, you're cool. And then, if you see him again, then you see him again, and then you hang out, and then you hang out. And then if you see him again, then you see him again. And if they hang out, then you hang out. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. It's not much to initiate, If I'm there and you're there, then hey. If I'm not there, or you're not there, oh well. Maintain friendships it's the same thing. You just keep showing up. I don't understand that. Really, like I'll disappear for a year, and I can walk right back up. Hey, how you doing? And to me, nothing has changed. So, to other people, they'll freak out. That's rude. How's it rude? I'm sorry. Do you want me to say it in a lower tone? Hello, how are you doing? Is that better? Can't disappear for a year? Really, I can. I mean, I just did, right? That's exactly what happened. I mean, I can't. You're crazy. Whatever. You can't disappear for a year, because if I was going, that means you were going too. I'm just saying. It takes two to tango. Find it challenging to initiate or maintain friendships or relationships. No, it's easy. It's other people's emotions and their crap that they can't get over, and they project that on you. So I have no problem with it. It's not difficult. That is not difficult. But you guys want a different answer for this test. You want the blame to be on me. Blame me once. Shame on me. Blame me. I can't get blamed again. Somewhat agree. Sure, we'll go with somewhat agree. I'm telling you, I could just somewhat agree for all of these. I enjoy spending time engaged in repetitive or specialized activities. Books. Example. You like reading about a certain topic. Are you trying to like subliminally program people? This little emoji? That's not an emoji. There's no emotion in books. Except whatever you project. I don't know. There's an underlying thought which will trigger your emotions in books, but there's no emotion in books. There could be a tone, but the tone is just triggering your emotions. And then it depends on how you play that tone. I enjoy spending time engaged in repetitive or specialized activities. I don't know what that is. You need to be more specific. Example, you like reading about a certain topic that is still vague. A certain topic. What topic? What are you talking about? Where am I doing the reading? What type of reading is it? What? Where am I at when I'm doing that? What's the atmosphere? There's too many questions here. Somewhat agree. No, I'll strongly agree to that, but even though I don't fully understand your question, I know what you're talking about. I have a strong need for consistency in my routines. How do you switch up the person? You can't go from I to you. It's bad grammar. You tend to feel more relaxed when you are doing. I tend to feel more relaxed when I am doing my usual routine. That's how that is worded. Anyway, sure. You tend to have difficulty understanding social cues and norms. Somewhat agree. I'll go with somewhat agree. I have a strong attention. I have a strong attention to patterns. I notice a pattern is called bad grammar and bad spelling and bad punctuation. It's just bad writing altogether. Yeah, I have a strong attention to patterns or details in my environment. Sure. That's a solid, honest, strongly agree. It could go either way, but that's for now. Without me thinking about it, that's a solid, honest, strongly agree. Oh boy. It's only 12:31. Why am I tired? Because this is boring and draining. That's why, and it just does not end. It just keeps stretching. I find it challenging to multipass, or switch between different tasks or activities. It depends. It depends on what the activities are. It depends on if they're fun. It depends on if the other thing that you're switching to is better in the moment than the thing that you're doing, the current task. More information. Before we proceed to your results, do you understand that the outcome of this quiz is not a diagnosis? This question is required. Sure, no. Would you like to see our Neurodiversity Jobs newsletter featuring inclusive job opportunities and career support for neurodivergent individuals? Spam? Would you like spam? Or are you going to have this spam on Hawaiian bread? Will there be eggs? If they're going to be eggs, I would prefer them scrambled with spam. Even though fried eggs are more preferred, but it would have to be fried hard. I don't like the runny yolks. The metallic crap is just gross. I'm not going to eat some other animal's placenta and it just be liquid goo. It's gross. That's just gross. Especially one who's, all their genes and everything are just so not mine. Why would I want to eat the rawest version of those genes to put that into my body? I want to be a chicken. Is that what you're saying? What do? Pass the ball back to Jimmy? Do I want spam or not? Sure, why not? We can always use more spam. Thanks. Please provide. Goodness, I should have clicked no. Let's just skip that. Answer the. Jerk. Are you gonna send my answers there, or what's gonna happen here? Submit. Thanks for completing the quiz. You'll be automatically redirected. I didn't finish reading it. You have a significant number of autistic traits or tendencies. Like noticing how you people can't spell. You have a significant. You have a significant number of autistic traits or tendencies, whatever. Your results from your autism quiz show signs of someone who has a significant. Why did you highlight that? What are you trying to throw in my face, you prick? I'm gonna burn your house down. Significant number of autistic traits or tendencies that makes you want to take your pinky toes and fingers and other things and strap them all up with barbed wire and hang you over between two buildings like your skin was a freshly washed shirt. So you blow in the breeze and the weight of your body pulls on the barbed wire and you slit yourself. Or bleed out and let the animals peck you as you're hanging there, whatever. Maybe put some honey on you. It's indicates that seeking further testing from a healthcare professional is a good idea. Screw your mother. Your quiz score suggests... okay, just their grandma, but with their pets' bones and possibly their children watch. Your quiz score suggests you might benefit from additional support. I don't wear bras. We encourage you to take There we go. You guys are building up. I was like, what's the sales pitch? Is this a sign up for something? That's easy. Okay. You have it. We can milk you. That's what they're saying. You look ripe for milking. You're a big fat booby. We're gonna milk you. This is basically what I get from it. I don't know. Your quiz score suggests you might benefit from additional support. We encourage you to take advantage of our free workplace needs assessment. This personalized evaluation can help identify areas where adjustments could significantly improve your work experience. Book a workplace assessment below. I don't want to book a workplace assessment below. It takes 1 minute, 30 seconds. 1 minute is not 30 seconds. Of course, that's not in parentheses. Somebody got that. If you got that joke, you're neurodivergent. If you understood that joke, your results from your joke understanding show signs of someone who has a significant number of autistic traits or tendencies and lack of punctuation. How are the person who wrote all this stuff is like, you there. You have a significant, you there. Stuff wrong with you. Really, seriously, really. Word. Oh boy. I don't want to see if I qualify. That's the answers? Yes, you have a bunch of it. Really, that doesn't help me. You want me to sign up for your crap? That doesn't help me either. What else do you offer here? What is this? Here's another one. Let's do a twofer. Oh boy, here we go. Cat Q, take the test here. Focus. Don't. Duration 5 to 10 minutes. Statements 25, duration 5 to 10 minutes. Don't destroy anything. Okay. Please read each statement below and choose which inaccurate lump of crap best fits. When I am interacting with someone, I deliberately copy their body language. Ha! Body language. Or facial expressions. Somewhat agree, but not really. I mean, it's in either disagree or I don't know. It depends on if they have a southern accent, because I have a southern accent, but it's buried. It's a subliminal southern, or what do you call it? It's a sleeper southern accent. If I'm around southern accents, then my southern accent comes out, and it's like relaxed. Because southern people, the honest, real ones, make you relax. The ones that are just crap, you just want to run them over with a steamroller, but only up to their neck, so they can feel the pressure of all their stuff squeezing up to their head like toothpaste. Watch it pop out of their eyes. I monitor my body language and facial expressions so that I appear relaxed. Some would agree, but not all the time. It depends on if I'm feeling like my facial expressions and stuff are off-putting to someone else, and if that's funny to me. I don't know, or maybe just to amuse myself. But sure, sometimes. Yeah, and if you somewhat agree, then you agree. There you go. But it's neither agree or disagree, so I don't know, whatever. I rarely feel the need to put on an act in order to get through a social situation. It depends. Somewhat disagree, because usually, people, you just want them to shut up and leave you alone. But they won't, because no one interacts with anybody unless they get something from it that they want. I have developed a script to follow in social situations. Yes, it's called silence, and don't go there. It's called don't show up in social situations. It's called don't. It's called no. That's the script. No speak English. No English. It depends. It really depends. Because, I mean, some people you can get around them by just being social, really social. And that's easy to do. You just talk about crap. And then, complimenting crap that makes them engaged, but also empowered. But also with a slight hint of not in control whatsoever. You have to twist them every now and then, so then they stay intrigued. It's not difficult. These things are not hard to do. And it depends on their demeanor, too. Because, like, some people you can tell if they're really, like, strong people, and then, like, they're going to be pushing back, or if they feel like, oh, this person is another strong person, so maybe if I pull back a little bit, then I can try to manipulate. You pick up on these things. So What do you mean the script? Do you mean like you? I have figured a lot of people because I've been around a lot of people. So I know how to manipulate people so that they'll leave me alone in social situations. Strongly agree. But you can't say that when it's being recorded. So you have to say somewhat agree. I will repeat phrases. I will repeat phrases. That I have heard others say in the exact same way that I first heard them. Agree. It depends, but sure. Agree. Some stuff you can't help it. Do you mean does it pop into my head randomly, like 30, 40 times in a row? Well, yeah, sometimes. I adjust my body language and facial expression. You asked this already, so that I appear interested by the person I'm interacting with sometimes. But usually I'm genuinely, but yeah, sometimes. It's gotten to be a reflex now, because you know how to do people. So it's a reflex. This is not for older people. See, older people have probably done this so much that it's a reflex. You can just do these things. You just know it, So, it's not that you're comfortable with it. It's not that you like doing it. It's not that you don't understand completely what's going on. It's that. So, what was it? There's natural and then there's normal. There you go. It's normal. It's not natural, but it is normal. It's normal now. Social situations, I feel like I'm performing rather than being myself. Of course, if you're in social situations, because why would you be in social situations normally or naturally? Well, I can see you being in them naturally, because this is a planet full of people. So sooner or later, it's kind of inevitable, unless you remain on a deserted island, in which case, wow, how did you get there? What happened to the other people? How did you eat? So, yeah, yes. In my own, what is this, 25 questions they said,
It's 25 or 10. Maybe it's 25. Okay.
Oh boy, where are we at? It was 8, yes. In my own social interactions, I use behaviors that I have learned from watching other people interact. Doesn't everybody, you idiots? It's all... I will always think about the impression I make on others. Strongly disagree. I need the support of other people in order to socialize. Strongly disagree. I practice my facial expressions and body language to make sure they look natural. Neither agree or disagree. I don't feel the need to make eye contact with other people if I don't want to. Strongly agree. I have to force myself to interact with people when I'm in social situations. Neither agree or disagree. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I have tried to improve my understanding of social skills by watching other people. Neither agree or disagree. Sometimes you just don't care. And it's not difficult to, improve your understanding. You just say one thing, and then if they react like, you you laugh right quick, you go, no, wait, hold on. Or you flip it to something like, wouldn't it be stupid if people said that? Yeah, it's easy, the quick flips, but you learn these things over time, that's what I'm saying. You learn these things over time, so, whatever. I monitor my body language. Why do you keep saying body language? You people really love Ursula. I monitor my body language or facial expressions so that I appear interested by the person I'm interacting with. Didn't you ask that already? Somewhat agree again, sure. When in social situations, I try to find ways to avoid interacting with others. Somewhat agree. Not that you try to find ways, it's natural. You just stay where you are. It's not finding a way to avoid interacting with others. You're just staying where you are. If people come up and interact with you, then that's fine. If people go do what you're doing, then that's fine. Maybe. Sometimes, but whatever. This thing at the top is annoying. That's fun. No, you don't keep twisting. It's just that one. It's just that 90 degree. That's it. That's all we got. Or 180. Sorry about that. 180. See this top one? It goes... Watch, top, down to the bottom. Bottom, up to the top. Top, down to the bottom. Slide to the left. Boom. I have a slide to the left. Boom. 2 times. Boom, boom. Okay. I have researched the rules for social interactions to improve my own social skills. Neither agree nor disagree. I don't research the rules for social interaction. Disagree. I don't research the rules for social interaction. I don't care. If you think I'm rude, suck it up and go away. I'm always aware of the impression I make on other people. Not always, but I don't care. Really, can you change another person's reaction? No. Can you 1,000% of the time get the reaction that you want out of people? See, nobody's be honest. No one's sorry for anything they do. You did what you did because that's what you wanted to do. What you don't like, what you are, quote, sorry, end quote, about is the person's reaction, which you have no control over. So you're not sorry about doing what you did. You're not sorry about their reaction because their reaction is genuine. It's just that static in between where they don't agree with what you agree with. And you're trying to win them over. That's why you say sorry. No one's sorry. No one's sorry about nothing. Ever. The only person who was sorry about anything, maybe, was Pontius Pilate when he washed his hands. And even that, he was not sorry because it was business. I feel free to be myself when I'm with other people. Nope. It depends on who the people are. It depends, but somewhat disagree. Largely disagree. I might randomly want to throw eggs at people or places or things. I might randomly want to run up and snatch a cigarette out of someone's mouth and tell them that it's going to kill them if they don't stop. And if you don't give me the cigarette, I will kill you. So it's, you can't do that around some people. Some folks are down, and then they ain't got bail money. I learned how people use their bodies and faces to interact by watching television or films or by reading fiction. Disagree. If you learn how to interact with people by reading fiction, then you would have a hard time with people. People would think something was wrong with you. That would not be a good thing. By reading fiction. It would be hilarious. You'd be the pipe of the lardy. I adjust my body language or facial expressions so that I appear relaxed. I just picture like Charlie Brown hands fixing your face and facial expressions. Let me fix my face right quick so that I appear relaxed. My deep voice.
My deep black voice makes people feel relaxed and safe, like they're in good hands.
That's hilarious. What is the question? What are we doing here? What is this crap? I don't care. We're almost to the end. Okay, keep it together. We're almost done. I adjust my body language or facial expressions so that I appear relaxed. No. It depends. What is happening? It doesn't say if you naturally do this or not. I don't know how to answer this question, really. Forcefully disagree. There you go. Neither agree or disagree. There you go. When talking to other people, I feel like the I feel like the conversation flows naturally when talking to other people. I feel like the conversation flows naturally. Don't all conversations flow naturally? It could be naturally awkward. It could just be naturally silent. What are you talking about? Feeling conversation flows naturally. I spent time.
But I get up again, and you're never gonna keep me down. I have spent time
Learning social skills from television shows and films, and try to use these in my interactions. No. Someone disagree. You asked that already. Or was that the other test? I don't know. In social interactions, I do not pay attention to what my face or body are doing. Somewhat, neither agree or disagree. It depends. But usually, agree. I usually don't pay attention. Well, sometimes. Somewhat. It depends. It depends on the person's reaction. Like I said, I could be sitting there just RBFing or just drooling or, staring somebody down angrily with like a murderous glare. I'm perfectly fine and happy. It's just bright outside. So I don't notice that I'm staring at them with a murderous glare. I'm thinking it's just bright outside. So let me squint so I can see them clearly. What are you doing, computer? I see you doing something. I see the little thing here doing something. What are you doing? It's gonna piss me off. 25. In social situations, I feel like I'm pretending to be normal. Listen, everybody. Even though I'd say some would agree, because I really don't care. More likely, I'm probably not going to care. Total 104. What does that mean? Compensation base. What? Subtotal 38. Masking subtotal 31. Assimilation subtotal 35. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. What does this mean? I don't get it. Reverse the scores of the answers from statements. Then add up all the answers for statements. What does that mean, though? What are you talking about? I don't know what this means. Okay, average score. A total score of 100 or above indicates that you camouflage autistic traits, but other than, okay, your English is correct. But other than knowing the threshold, making sense of your scores can be challenging. Yes, you jerk. It may be helpful to compare your results to the average scores of autistic and non-autistics. The highest score is already noted by star. Highest score of what is that? Autistic or non-autistic? What are you talking about? It's the highest in general. Okay, 124 is the highest. So, when total score, 124, what is this here? What's the total score? I'm not going to remember this. 104. Compensation is 38, 31, 35. Yeah, not going to remember that. 104. Something, 38 and 35. 104, 30. Oh, 104, 38, 31, 35. 104, 38, 31, 35. 104. 104. 38. 31. 35. But what I don't understand what this means though. What does this mean though? What does it mean though? So the higher, the more you do it? Is that what this is? What are you saying? And there's so many words to read on this page. I'm tired of reading words. I can't read any more words here. Hi, you happy? Can't say that when I'm recording stuff. But she does look like that guy that had a mouthful of crabs. I got a big bag of crabs here. I'm gonna put them in my mouth, oh yes. I'm gonna run around town on a market day. Everyone look at me and say I got a mouthful of crabs. I gotta make my crabs here. I gotta put them in my mouth, oh yes. I'm gonna run around the town on a market day. Everyone look at me and say I've got a mouthful of crab. Crabs here. More information. Would you like to start the assessment process? What do you mean? Didn't I just... Assimilation. Download the PDF. Need more information? I do need more information. If all scoring isn't working, or you want to self-score answers, and do the following. No, we don't need this. No, we don't need that. We just need to know what the scores mean. That's all. Total score of 100 or above indicates you camouflage autistic traits. So, that means yes, because it's 100 or above. What about the other things? What is compensation? What is masking? What is assimilation? What do you mean by the... let's finish reading. Will you tell me, or are you going to tell me? But other than no, you're not going to tell me, no. Correlations. Another way to make sense of your scores, look at the correlations. All CAQ scores significantly correlate with autistic-like traits, but there are some other correlations. High CAQ scores correlate with social anxiety, both autistic and neurotypical masking. Autistic people, total CAQ scores similarly score negatively correlate with well-being. Higher the score than that's what it all turns to in my brain. Just whatever, if you know what that means, then write it down in the comments below, because I'm not going to figure it out. Yeah, there's that. So at least this test is, they give you answers when you're done. That's a good thing. It's not like, yes, you do, period. What, like having numbers, at least that means something to me. That means whatever it means. If you know what that means, go ahead and drop a comment, because I have no idea what is the compensation subtotal. Masking subtotal. Assimilation subtotal. Because it don't look like I'm very assimilated, but I assimilate better than I mask. Yes. I want to do that, but I don't want to do that. Where's the little robot person? Because you're going to ask me for stuff, aren't you? You're going to ask me for stuff. If I hit this, you're going to ask me for more stuff. See? You're going to ask me for stuff. I don't want you to ask me for stuff. I just want the answers to the stuff that you... Well, whatever. There's that test. If you know what all of that stuff is, I don't care. Whatever. You can talk about it if you want. It's 1 o'clock, 1:02 a.m. So it is now Thursday. And I have to do dishes and check and see if my buddy Joe has taken all of her food and dumped it all over the bed or onto the floor, flip the table over, when she's halfway out of the bed because she's looking for her dead father. And wondering if her mother is upstairs, and there is no upstairs other than heaven. And she's talking about you go through cycles with the dementia stuff. So we're back on the babies, whatever that is. The babies. There are some babies, and she doesn't want to leave her babies, and everything is about the babies, and she doesn't want to die with leave her babies here alone. And have you seen the babies? Where are the babies at? And the babies. C'est la vie. Langar et le Dieu. The doors are not exits. Nope.